Hi, and thank you for tuning into this very, very special edition of All Day with the Alis. My name is Felicia C. Ali, if you don't know, if this is your first time tuning in, and we have been documenting our labor, the last 15 days of our birth of our second child. The reason that we initially started was we just really wanted a documentary of the events that led up to the birth, something that we didn't have with our first child. As the days went by and my pregnancy became more and more dramatic, which is the term I've been using, but really I've been having contractions for about 2 weeks, and I'm not dilated. Now this isn't a shock because my first child was born via cesarean because he wouldn't descend. Initially I thought that the morphine that they had given me made my baby dopey. I thought that the what is it called that they give you? Anyway, I'm all nervous all over the place, so just rock with me. But anyway, I thought that there were medical reasons why my son wasn't coming down. It never occurred to me that it was me because I've got hips, I'm pretty curvy, so I thought that the baby would be able to fit through my birth canal. But for whatever reason, I noticed looking back at my photographs that my son never really dropped, at least not the way I've seen other women. So that's something you want to look out for. Recently I've noticed that this belly as well, just the baby didn't drop. Let me see if can I get a good view for you so you can see. See, my stomach is still pretty high up for me to be, my real due date is next week on the 15th. So that's the side view. That's the front view. This baby really just still hasn't dropped. So with that, I'm thinking that that's why I've been contracting but not dilating. The first time I was in the hospital for about 3 days with my son, and I kept being sent home. Finally, on the 15th, they kept me, and they told me, June 15th, 2013, they kept me and explained to me that, you know, I had been contracting and that they needed to get the baby out because I was in labor, but I wasn't dilating. Hence the C-section. So now that you have the backstory, let me give you why I'm so nervous. When they told me that I had to have a cesarean, I was paranoid because they said that it was a matter of my son being born in distress or just knocking it out. That's a no-brainer. I wanted to meet this child that I carried. I wanted him to be okay. So I did what the only thing I can think, save him. You know, get it out, get him out. I don't care what you have to do. And that's what happened. I had been on morphine for 3 days. I had the epidural. Then they gave me whatever the shot is that they give you for a cesarean. And I was just like, get him out. And it literally was like 15 minutes. Now, this time, I thought that I wanted a C-section. You know, I'm saying to myself, you go in, you go out, your baby in your arms. You know, I was sassy talking before I got pregnant. Then I got pregnant and I was convinced I'm having a C-section. They're going to cut me. It's going to be done. When I thought about the experience of a vaginal delivery, my husband having the opportunity to watch that, and my mother and my mother-in-law witnessing this child entering the world that way, I began to kind of want that. After speaking to several women who had cesareans twice, I quickly started to recognize that there was a pattern in which most times when you need one the first time, it's because of something in your body. That still didn't reduce the hope that I had that I would be able to vaginally deliver. Because I've been going through these contractions, it's been so terrible. Every day, every night, the pain, the cramping, the pressure on my lady parts. It's just been, it's been an experience. So the thing that gives me the greatest pause right now is when I had my son, I didn't have another child. It was my husband and I really didn't think I would die. My mom has always told me you come 7 times closer to death when you have a child. And so some things throughout your childhood, they linger. That's one of them. But anytime you go under an anesthetic, anytime you have to have a very serious surgery, which this is, there is a possibility that you may not wake up. And the thought of my son being in this world without me is paralyzing to me. And I'm concerned. I'm deeply and gravely concerned. I trust God, and you know, my husband has been praying for me. Oh, so many of you have been praying for me. I've been getting text messages all day to encourage me, but it's just the flesh. It's just something in me. I keep looking at my child and thinking, I just want to be okay. That's one. The second part is I haven't really had much contact with my doctor's office, and I'm thinking about, you know, are they going to do another incision? Are they going to go through the same one? What is it like? What do I have to look forward to tomorrow? Am I going to go in and they immediately drug me and I'm paralyzed for 2 hours and then they take the baby, or am I going to linger around the hospital? Like, what happens? No one has walked me through this process. So my plan is to share this experience with so many of you so that you know what it is that you're getting yourself into, because a lot of the women that I'm speaking to, they haven't done it in a while, so they don't know. So that's just, it's really, it has my mind kind of all over the place. Really haven't been able to eat today. Haven't drank a lot of water. I need to drink water because I'm breastfeeding my child. As I was coming back from one of my appointments today, because I nursed my son for 14 months, I started to kind of notice that my breasts felt like they were filling up. At least it's like a tingling sensation that you get. I didn't know this when I was pregnant the first time, but I know it now. And so I know that the baby is preparing and ready to come. That was pretty cool, you know, to feel that. And then I was in Big Lots, and I met a woman, and she was on the oxygen tank. And she says, "You're due." Whoa. She just walked up to me in the store and said, "You're due." And I go, "Oh my God, Mel, how do you know?" And she said, "I just looked at you, and like many of you," she said, it was a girl, and she said, "That girl is ready." And I'm thinking, well, why ain't the baby come, you know, down so I can push? But whatever the case may be, this is where it's at. And so I'm trying to wrap my mind and my heart around everything and prepare myself for the fact that it won't be Ali 3 anymore, and that I have to go through this surgery in order to get the child out. But I'm scared. I'm terrified. My husband has been so incredibly supportive. When we had my son, my husband was younger, obviously inexperienced, and he's not behind the camera right now, so he has absolutely no idea what it is that I'm about to say, but he'll see it before you when he edits this. He's been so helpful and so dedicated to us. To our son. Excuse me. I couldn't have asked for a better life partner. I could go on and on about him, but this has really been a time in his life where he stepped out of his character and he stepped into Jesus's character. Dying daily, from my perspective, of himself, putting himself second, sometimes last, so that I'm comfortable. He stays up and rubs whatever I need to be rubbed. He cooks for the child. He cleans the apartment. He listens to me cry. He deals with my mood swings. He's just so different and so supportive, and he's so I just feel tremendously blessed to have him. I'm not going to say anymore because I can't get myself together and I don't want to cry too much. But I'm thankful for him. Also want to talk about something that I didn't know. When I went to have my son, of course I cleaned myself up, you know, but I guess I didn't go low enough. So on the table, right before they wheel me in, there's a nurse and she's shaving me with a razor. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I need my baby out, but I don't want razor bumps. So anyway, why I was at Big Lots is because I'm actually out of Nair. And so I went and got me some Nair so that I can clean up the valley a little in order to go through with the surgery. Had a Brazilian before, hated it. It hurt really bad. The girl who did me did a really good job, but I don't need to have that again. So if you have to have a C-section, take care of that. And when it grows back smooth. And so, you know, when you have a C-section, you can't really clean up that area for a long time. So you have, you know, a situation going on down there, but at least it grows back smooth. So yeah, if you have to have a C-section, just yeah, take care of that before they do. Because she was just like, you tried it. I'm like, what is she doing? It was like a dollar store razor. I'm thinking, oh my God. But anyway, it's been a great week. It's been a great 15 days. I've met so many wonderful people just from recording, and I thank you all so much. I know I say it in every video, but I can't stress enough the positive vibes that we've been getting and the love that we've been shown. And I don't care what anybody says. You do need encouragement from others. It feels good to know that other people care. And so from my family, from myself, thank you. Thank you for just being positive people. I read somewhere that Facebook friends are like the grown-ups. What is it? Facebook friends are the grown-ups version of imaginary friends. Maybe that's for some people, but as far as I can see it, it's just a bunch of people that God has put together in one atmosphere to change the universe. And I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful for you all. On that note, I will not be able to make love to my husband for the next 2 months. So I think I will take this time to do that. You have a great evening, and I hope you enjoy. Be blessed.